then I do some narration, and then I rough going to get you prepared to live out in the world. The real world has rent. The real world has insurance. The real world has funding. The real world has this. We're encouraging.
Gee, I wish she had a 9-to-5 job with good benefits and, you know.
If that Vlogmas intro straight out of 2016 wasn't clear enough, I'll be making 25 videos in a row this month. But before I had time to do a full confessional to the camera of every motivation for committing to this, I was running a few minutes late to a confessional of my own with a dear friend that I have the pleasure of talking to once every 3 months or so for what we affectionately term QBRs, or quarterly business reviews. What is this, like, portrait mode FaceTime? I like the facial hair.
Thanks. I like that you put yourself on Do Not Disturb to enjoy your smoothie. You need a little quiet smoothie time.
Okay, here's the thing is I actually can't figure out when my Do Not Disturb goes on, because there's times where I don't even, like, invoke it, that it just pops on, and it's like my iPhone just takes the wheel, and it's just like, you need to not be disturbed right now.
I like it.
I mean, it's good.
They just, like, it's so hard to get it. But Instagram's kind of out, you know?
Oh, it's so out.
How was Mexico? It looked like you suffered some sort of severe injury.
It was a messy and a cackle, I'll tell you that much. I got so excited by the results that I kicked over a tall glass of water with my foot, and it crashed to the ground and somehow just cut my foot. But it was like, not just like a scrape, it was like, it cut in there.
I meet with her every 2 weeks, like, as a customer success.
Oh my god, she's your customer. Oh my god.
Sorry, so, like, she's my customer.
I was like, damn, we're doing QBRs and you're doing bi-weeklies with this other bitch.
That's great. That is so funny. This is all he'll ever know. There's no escape. Like, what's he gonna do? Just fly straight down? Grasshoppers can't fly, can't they?
What's their lifespan? I mean, how long is he even gonna exist in the earth?
Should we Google?
Yeah, I think we should.
Grasshopper lifespan.
Wait, guess before you Google it.
Okay, I'm guessing, like, I don't know, 3 months.
I'm guessing a month.
12 months.
Oh! Wait, that's pretty long.
Those
for a bug?
Lived for a year at a time.
Like, those are old-ass bugs.
I know.
What's the oldest bug?
Okay, should we get?
Okay. I bet there's like a 29-year-old bug.
I bet that it's a cockroach, and I bet that there's a cockroach that's been alive for like 70 years.
Okay.
Oldest bug ever.
What is the oldest bug ever?
The queen termite can live between 25 to 50 years, and there have even been termites that are upwards of 100 years old.
Okay, so close to a cockroach.
Oh my god, you'll be shocked. The average cockroach lifespan is about 20 to 30 weeks.
Wow. We need to do a new segment on this. Get your fucking...
Cancel your next podcast plan.
Yeah.
I'm coming on about the lifespan of different insects.
Wait, actually, you know what today is?
No.
You know what today is? It's the first day of Vlogmas. Do you know what that is?
Are you doing it?
I'm doing it. Do you want to be in my vlog?
I would love to be in your
Oh my god, this is actually kind of so serendipitous because, like, okay, to the vlog, now, there's 3 people in this conversation now. Actually, there's like a few thousand. Brad...
It's that out so quickly. Did you just have that at the ready?
It's Vlogmas, it's always by my side. I'm filming my day, what do you want me to tell you?
That is so funny.
But the serendipitous part is, like, Brad... Look, the last time I did Vlogmas was my last year at USC. So, like, you're probably in, like, at least half of those videos, I feel like.
I made some regular appearances in the OG vlog.
So this is a deep cut, but, like, this is the same camera I used that year. I'm gonna use, like, the same intro music, and then this is the trifecta. Like, the consistency is here.
This is really a blast from the past.
If only we were, like, in your Black era going to In-N-Out, like, that would really seal the freaking deal.
All right, Black era.
Do you have anything to say to my YouTube channel after all these years away?
I miss you all so dearly, my beloved fans. Catherine still writes to me every now and then with a random comment asking where I am and asks me if it was me, but the authenticity of my fans will never die, and you are dearly beloved.
Brad's moved on. No, Brad's moved forward but hasn't moved on.
Is this motherfucker hard as a rock? What? Wow, okay. I mean, I don't need to analyze this man's crotch.
So I'm doing Vlogmas. To jump right into it, the reason I'm doing it is that cushy December AdSense check, baby. Is because this is like the only opportunity I think I'll have in the near future to do it. Like every single December since I graduated college, I've been working pretty much right up until like Christmas. I have been really into rewatching my own college vlogs. When I was in Mexico City last month, I was there with a couple YouTubers, Amanda Mariana being one of them, and I didn't watch her videos until she started doing video essays. So I missed out on her like vlogger era, her college vlogger era, and we screened a couple of her old videos on the trip. And I just felt so rich getting to see that footage. Like how cool to see a chapter of someone's life that like you weren't a part of and get to see what their day-to-day was like. And I've been craving that so much. Like I want all of my friends to daily vlog for like a month. You know, I guess that's kind of the purpose behind like something like Be Real, but I just want to follow my friends around for a day. Like I want to see what the quotidian fabric of their life really feels like, and the best way I do that is just by visiting people and literally just following them around all day and seeing like what their local spots are. But in the absence of that, vlogs are nice. And that's actually why it's fun to be friends with YouTubers, because it's fun to like see the videos they make when you're not around. But selfishly, I miss like documenting what I do. I think so often, or so concentratedly this year, I've been focusing on what I'm thinking. And time again, like social media algorithms have showed me that what people really like to consume from me like is what's coming from up here, not so much what's coming from here or like here. People care more about what I think than, or what I say, than what I do or what I look like, which in some ways is very flattering. It's very flattering, but I've been craving just like having documentation of like what my day-to-day looks like and just having a live journal of it all. So I knew a couple months ago, I tweeted, I was like, I think this is going to be the year that I make my return to Vlogmas to document it all. And I've been so excited. Like I also just love a creative challenge. I don't subscribe to scarcity, but I do think that sometimes great things are born out of like, you know, constraints. Like figuring out what you can do with limited time, limited resources is like a fun, very Project Runway-esque exercise. I just felt ready for it this year. I have enough free time where I can do this and not... I can't believe I was ever doing it in college, first of all. Like I was telling someone I used to do it during college, during final season, because December was final season every single year. So I'd be wrapping up all my classes and assignments and projects and studying for tests and having to pack up and go home. And I was also in marching band, so we'd be flying to like championship games. It was just like such a chaotic time, and somehow I found there's documentation of me like being in a hotel in like Northern California before a football game, like trying to get the vlog to upload on like hotel Wi-Fi and like holding the vlog in the buffet line for breakfast. Like I was just so determined, and although I'm not like clinging on to maximization of my output, like I'm no longer trying to be like an overproducer, I do just miss the creative frenzy that you experience when you do Vlogmas. Like even if you're not a YouTuber, I highly recommend doing like a month challenge of anything, like a month where you write every day. I know NaNoWriMo is something that a lot of writers do. A month where you sketch every day, or a month where you write a poem every day, or just express yourself in some little way every single day. And it's so beautiful to see the progress or lack thereof, like the regression, the growth, whatever it may be. It's so just, it's good to commit yourself to something because you want to do it and no other reason. The funny thing is, I probably largely do my makeup the same way that I did it when I was making vlog videos in college. But that's actually also why I wanted to have like these moments documented, is like, it's fun to see snapshots of like things you forget you ever had in your wardrobe, or ways you used to style your hair, or jewelry you used to love that maybe you want to bring back into the rotation. Like, by doing these, I know that I'm going to be capturing maybe some like painful stuff that I won't want to look back on, because there's definitely, like, if I am able to capture other people in these vlogs, you know, my friendships here, my family, there may be some people that I filmed this year that are no longer in my life in a couple months, next year, in 5 years, but I just want to have the snapshot of that. I want to have the snapshot of my patterns, like affectations that I no longer have, and the way that I just like speak, taglines that are, you know, fading from my vocabulary. I want to have the log of it all, and that's why we're here today. So enjoy this limited time only, get ready with me, because they're not going to be coming your way after December. Scarcity can be fun sometimes too, you know, a little limited time only offer.
I quit smoking, but that's a lie, 'cause I had a cigarette or two last night. I saw my therapist today, we talked about you all the way through the session. Guess I learned my lesson. It's a clean cut down the line. It's a hard life when it's mine. Drove around this whole city, at least my mom thinks so pretty, but you want nothing to do with me. At least I'm pretty.
A key element of the last time I did Vlogmas was very frequent time lapses of me working on my computer, studying, writing in my notebook, what have you. In lieu of that, I do have some Patreon work I need to get done, aka upload an episode of my podcast. Something I take a lot of pride in is the fact that I level all of my audio on YouTube, on my podcast. I use this tool called, and this is exposing my Chrome tabs a bit, but Auphonic, and you get 2 hours free of audio leveling a month. And you can just make other accounts if you want more for free and you just absolutely don't want to pay for it. But something that irks me is when you're watching a YouTube video and you have to keep thumbing up and down your volume, because in between the clips, there's just way too much variety in audio levels. So I take that work away from you. You know, I put that on my back so that you don't have to do that. You don't have to fumble around with the audio controls. I will do that for you. The thing is, I probably won't be doing that for Vlogmas, because that would be like an extra basically hour of work every single day, because it takes about an hour to actually level the audio. So given how much of a crunch time Vlogmas already is, these probably won't be leveled. So if you notice a difference, just be grateful that I do it the rest of the year. Now that that is uploading, we can talk about why else Patreon is relevant to this episode. And that is that the bulk of my Vlogmas episodes will be on my Patreon. There are so many reasons why I made this decision. Ultimately, I didn't make this decision lightly, but I will also say that the cost to join my Patreon for this month is $3. So if you're someone who thinks you'll enjoy Vlogmas and you want to see more of these, I thought that was a very fair price for the amount of work that I will be putting into these. And it's not so much that I want to earn money for these videos. To me, if you're judging me for this being a cash grab, it is a cash grab either way. December is the highest paying month on YouTube AdSense wise. So like if you're gonna upload 25 videos in any given month, the best choice from a monetary perspective would be December, because you're gonna make the most on AdSense. So to me, I'm like, it's not that Patreon is a cash grab and putting them on my channel isn't, because this would have been a cash grab too. Like I would have been paid out with AdSense unless I like demonetized all these videos, which to me, like if I'm gonna use copyrighted music, they get monetized anyway. That's the thing. If I demonetize a video and then I use copyrighted music, ads go back on the video so that the record label gets paid. I wanna feel free to create and express myself in these videos, and a huge part of that, like, is through music. And putting these vlogs on Patreon, I get to use whatever music I want. I also don't have to worry about performance. Like, that was one thing I was really nervous about putting them on YouTube, is I didn't want to lose steam making these videos because they weren't doing the numbers that they should do. And as much as I want to say, oh, I've divorced myself from like achievement and performance, like, if you want to try something that's empathy building, put videos out on youtube.com and try to not care about how they perform. Like, because YouTube is throwing those numbers in your face so violently, it's like really hard to detach yourself from it. Me being able to put these on Patreon means that I can use whatever music I want. I don't have to worry about performance. And I also am putting these videos out to a good faith audience of people who really want to be there and aren't just hate watching, because you're not going to pay money to hate watch a video unless it's like Trisha Paytas maybe. So in that way, it also feels like a more liberating place to be challenging myself to create every day, which is something I have not done again in like 5 years. So that is my reasoning. Not that I owe anyone an explanation, but clearly I feel like I owe somebody an explanation for why I'm doing this. So join me on Patreon. Again, it'll be $3 for 25 videos. If you don't want to join me on Patreon, that's totally fine. You're still gonna get the same number of videos on my main channel that you're used to, because I'm gonna be uploading like about one a week from the Vlogmas series to my main channel. So you'll still get the same amount that you're used to. So there's that. And then if you truly cannot afford the $3, but you want to support me by viewing these videos and seeing them, DM me on Instagram, we'll figure something out. So I have reserved that option as well. So there you have it. Patreon.com/Katherout is how you find that. I'll have it linked below. It's always in the description. I'm returning to a lot of things in this vlog, namely bipedalism. For those with, advanced listening comprehension, you'll remember that Brad and I were talking about an injury I suffered while in Mexico City, and I just got a whole set of stitches out on my foot. I wanted Vlogmas to be this lively, action-packed time, but as the world turns, this is the first chance I've had to walk outside my house without crutches. And being carless, the only way I can really run all my errands without limping for half a mile is by bike. Being injured makes it just so easy to feel defeated, when just getting to the entrance of the hardware store took a lot of careful calculation. I ended up getting 2 of the 3 things I needed and almost retreated home before I remembered that there's one other stop I should make while I'm on 2 wheels instead of 1 foot: the library. In an effort to showcase the most daily of my daily activities, here is me printing return labels with the printing allowance I get each month here. I am here doing this all of the time, and it's only fitting that I seal it in this video time capsule. The most Seattle thing ever is random containers getting filled up with the nastiest rainwater you've ever seen. Like, are those beans? Eating whole black olives as a snack, another key part of my day. Watching a Paige Wassel in my cabinet while cooking, another key part of my weeks. All right, I gotta film this next segment in like 10 minutes because I have a shift to clock into, but yes, there is news on the employment front. I won't say it's earth-shattering, monumentally life-altering substance, but it's a change. It's something new. I have picked up some seasonal part-time work at a shop here in Seattle. When synchronicity strikes, you have to accept it. That's something I've really learned from my teacher, Julia Cameron, my life mentor, who I've never met before, because I have been looking for a couple of things that I think would improve my quality of life, because I've been part-time self-employed, part-time unemployed, and traveling for much of that. But when I'm back here in Seattle and not traveling, I just feel isolated. I am an extrovert. I'm not meant to work a job where I am home alone on my computer. I don't work with like an editor or a co-writer or anything. Like, I don't have a team that I work on YouTube with, so it's isolating, and I wanted, first of all, something that would require me to show up somewhere in person around other people, like, repeatedly.
Like, I really thrive on a routine set schedule of like extroversion. Like, I like when I can depend on seeing people and it's not always just up to me if I make plans in a given week and I'm gonna see people. So in that regard, having this job and picking up shifts at this shop like really gives me a sense of stability, which I really need, because living in the online world is like an incredibly destabilizing thing. So you need to have the yin and yang of it all. And the other thing is, like, I've wanted to make more friends in my neighborhood. Like, I don't have a single friend that lives in my neighborhood in Seattle. All my friends live in other places, which is wonderful because I get to explore their neighborhoods. But I've been really trying, which is hard. Like, it's hard to pinpointedly make friends based on locale. There are a couple of ways I've thought about doing it, like going to different sort of like faith-based places, spiritual centers, if you will. I've thought about taking like classes. Ultimately, this opportunity was the first one that presented itself, and I liked how short term it was. They basically were just looking for like part-time retail work, where I'm just basically like straightening shelves, checking people out at the register, you know, making conversation, looking at pretty things all day. It's very easygoing work, and I've really enjoyed it. Like, there's a few people that I feel like I get along really well with, and showing up there and having the same familiar setting and sights and sounds, like, it's just, at this time of my life, really helpful. And also having, obviously it's a job, so the actual income of it is very helpful as well. I haven't gotten my first paycheck yet, but when that hits, it'll help to cover some expenses so that I'm not so heavily drawing upon my savings, because YouTube does not float enough income to cover all of my expenses in this period. So all in all, I'm just happy with my decision. It's been exactly what I needed. I'll be working until I go back to California right before Christmas, and then I don't know if it'll pick back up in January. I am planning in January to have a more concerted effort at job hunting, and looking at what the landscape offers at that time. So those are the job updates. I still feel like I'm largely unemployed because I'm only working like 15 hours a week, but you could also say that my unemployment era has come to an end. Either way, both apply. I think this is where I'll end Vlogmas Day 1. I already started editing because whenever I see YouTubers do that, I just think that they're so accomplished and professional at their craft. Like, and so I did that, and I'm already just getting so excited at like this opportunity at art making. I'm thinking maybe I'll film a little bit more of the job tomorrow. So if you want to see days 2 through 6 of Vlogmas, follow me over on Patreon, patreon.com/Katherout. It'll be $3. I would love to see you over there. And if not, I'll see you next week for the next Vlogmas installment. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time, and Katherout.
And oh, how my faults did show. Oh, how my faults did show.